Welcome back to the Connie Celica series with my man Moose here. The environment may look a little different, and that's because Connie's been kidnapped by our friends at Vibrant Performance for the great header build-off that you'll be seeing soon, but we figured let's squeeze in another episode. We're going to do an install of a little slimline bracket here from SQ Engineering, and Moose is fondling some stuff.
No, suspension bits, steering bits.
I'm going to sort out the steering a bit.
Yeah, because we kind of fabricated it before and to get it moving.
Yeah, what he said. Let's do some stuff.
Alrighty, we are going to take this big, heavy, monstrous lump of JDM specific alternator and replace it with a North American market Echo and these real nice slimline CNC bits of loveliness. Gives us one, hey, I can get this alternator pretty much anywhere. Two, save 4 kilograms, just shy of 9 pounds of weight, and gain a whack of clearance because we got a rather large alternator and bracket down to a much smaller space. So,
yeah, I believe the technical term for a whack is 50 mil. You gain 50 mil of clearance, all designed by a friend at SQ Engineering.
Lovely bits of engineering there.
Australian engineering going on there, mate.
Yeah.
All right, Moose, what do you say start by ripping that giant JDM abomination out of there? Look, everybody, it's Moose with a power tool. Oh, he's grabbing something now. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he had a tool in his back pocket. So sneaky. It's Moose back in his natural environment, everybody. Attacking Connie with tools.
With great vigor.
With vigor and you might say a slightly elevated sense of aggression. If things sound different or look a little different in this episode, it's because I forgot my camera gear at home, everyone. And I've borrowed Vibrant's Sony, which is different than the Canon gear I normally shoot with, so I'm having to pull focus and record audio on an external device. It's a giant mess, but kind of like Moose that way, we're just going to make it work anyway. It really is a big, bulky bracket, isn't it?
It is.
It is
well over engineered,
yeah,
I would say.
It is engineered by Toyota, so it's gigantic, designed to last through an apocalypse. But when Sam at SQ mentioned that it's really handy to not have to replace this JDM alternator, which I would never be able to find in Canada, with a common one out of a Yaris or an Echo, it just made sense to swap it out. Last thing you want to be is at the racetrack, have your alternator shit the bed on you, and then not be able to find a replacement for 2 months. I'm here looking at Moose's favorite selection of tools, including the pry bar, and meanwhile, he popped the alternator out already. Busy Moose, busy. Yeah. Oh, you want to show the other one? Yeah.
Not a massive difference in size, but
yeah, the Echo one is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But really, we're not saving size or weight with the alternator so much as just
the bracket.
Ease of replacement with the Echo one, and the weight savings.
Lighter bracket.
Yeah, the weight savings come with that bracket. In typical Toyota fashion, they seem to have put 400 bolts on this bracket,
including actually 2. One's hidden in behind.
Ooh, victory is ours.
So,
look at that hot mess.
That is a big bracket.
That is a gigantic bracket. These 2 studs here need to get pulled out of the block as per SQ's instructions. So Moose is going to have to, what, double nut it, I guess?
You'll double nut it.
When in doubt, double nut it. Always my motto, whether I'm working on a car or hanging out with the wife.
What did you double bag it there?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I double bagged it.
No! I'm not paying for that.
All right, we're double nutted, Moose. So you're just tightening down the lead nut there?
Yeah. Break it free.
She's loose already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Beamsy's cooperating, so it's nice.
I don't think she saw a lot of deep Canadian snowy winters that cause.
Well, hold on again, Moose. You've confused your gender again. Beamsy's a boy, Connie's a girl.
They're both bitches to me.
Fair enough. Don't let Beamsy, don't take it personally. You'll always be a dude to me, bro.
Yes, actually, you can help me.
You sound no different.
Just a quick side-by-side size comparison here. Got your giant OE bracket on the left, and your tiny replacement Slimline brackets from SQ on the right. You can see why there's a 9-pound difference, because that's probably 10 pounds, and that's probably 1 pound. That's probably 300 pounds. Am I right, Moose? Am I in the ballpark?
You're in the ballpark.
You're a healthy fella.
I am.
Full-figured. Wonder the ladies love you. Moose's mental acuity is being put to the test here, trying to figure out how to mount this up. There's instructions online, but Moose is stubborn and doesn't read very well, so he's attempting to have a look at the instructions, but he's so blind, I don't think he can read my phone very well. We're going with the Moose torque specs on this.
Only way I know.
That's 500 foot-pounds right there, everyone. Yeah. Didn't crack the block, so that's a good sign.
It's a cast iron block.
This is a Moose spec block for sure. I hope that just slipped out of there. Oh, Moose. It's already stuffing the alternator in there, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we got top alternator bracket first part, and then a spacer to bolt it onto the block itself.
Ooh, we found another. Ooh, look at that little spacer.
So yeah, this is for the dipstick bracket.
Oh, I think that's an optional part. Sam spoiled us and sent us the whole kit and caboodle, including the belt, which normally you'd either buy separately from him or source from your local parts supplier. Fancy.
Interesting. I'll actually sit the other side.
Oh. Oh, it goes on the back side of the bracket?
Yeah. The adjuster. This is the adjuster for the alternator.
That's the tensioner, yeah.
Tensioner adjuster, yeah.
Nice, I like the way that bracket supports the dipstick here. It's quite clever. Well done, Sam.
And this, yeah, should line up right there.
Look at that. All right. Stop attacking Connie, Moose.
Yeah.
She's a gentle old girl.
Not in my world.
Don't, you gotta treat her sheet metal with respect.
Yeah, man.
There you go. There you go, you violent galoot.
It's just
She's snug.
big enough.
Look at that. Oh, that was a relatively painless install, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so overall. Bada boom, bada bing.
Job done. Look at that.
Look at the clearance now, actually.
Sits nice and tight in there, huh?
Yeah.
Tons of clearance.
As you guys may recall from the episode where we installed our Technotoy tuning front suspension arms, we ran into a little bit of a problem with these outer tie rods not fitting the Celica inner tie rods. Turns out that this thread diameter is much larger than the stock Celica ones, which means we had to order AE86 inner tie rods, which have the correct diameter to thread into the outer tie rods from Technotoy. So these came from our friends at Stage 4 Motorsports. Thank you, Chris, and everyone there for ordering these for us from Hardrace. They order all our Hardrace stuff. You've seen us use Hardrace on the S2000. You'll see it on our upcoming front-wheel drive project. It's good stuff. It's really heavy duty. We've found it to be really durable at the racetrack. So this should do the trick just fine on Connie. And it'll let us bolt up our adjustable tie rod ends, which will let us get a nice alignment set up on Connie. So that's really all there is to it, I think, Moose, is show them the parts and then Moose install them their parts.
At least try to install those parts.
So step one to installing the Hardrace inner tie rod is removing the OE inner tie rod, which seems self-explanatory, but step one of that process is to remove the clip that holds the boot on, which Moose is using the brute force and ignorance approach, just prying that rusty thing off there. Now you'll peel the boot off, and that will expose the connection point of the inner tie rod to the rack. Alright, there she be. So that acorn-shaped piece is the base of the inner tie rod, and it threads onto the rack. You can see here Moose is just going to sort of peel this safety washer back. It's literally just designed to prevent the tie rod from loosening up.
Spinning off.
Because losing your tie rods would be bad for steering. So with that safety washer peeled back, you can now try to rotate the inner tie rod off the rack with a fine selection of plumber's wrenches. There is sort of a flat spot on the rack, I think, to put an opposing wrench on, but we didn't have much luck with that, so I think Moose is just reverting to the apply all the torques method.
Like that.
Yep. Alright, there she goes. It's just that easy, folks. If you have yourself a Moose, anyway. So, that slimy assembly that he has here is, like I said, our stock Celica outer tie rod and the MR2 inner tie rod. And that's all going in the bin, replaced by this good stuff here.
Except for the boot.
Oh yeah, the boot we are reusing. So, inner tie rod going in. Let's do this. You're on a bit of an angle there, yeah.
Here we go.
We have concluded that the Hardrace inner tie rod isn't designed to work with that washer that the OE one uses, so it just is tightened down with Moose's torque specs. Slamming the boot back on there to keep it clean. And we're going to zip tie it on because most aftermarket replacement boots come with zip ties anyway. The OE fastener isn't fancy, but zip tie will work just fine.
See that? Hold on.
There's a little metal clip, a spring clip sort of deal that holds the outer boot on. She's all tuned up to your liking, Moose?
I can live with it.
Ready to slam that on there, Moose?
I am.
There you go. It's all about the angle of the dangle. You gotta get it just so. Is it reverse thread? Is it?
Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna spin this on.
Reverse thread always hurts my brain.
Now, see, this nut has been, or bolt has been pre-machined for clearance.
Yeah.
So that sits up against the ball.
Yeah.
On the spherical.
Yeah.
And then for rotational clearance, there is the first one, which gives you max, and the second one I think is essentially a spacer for bump steer. Oops, come on.
Ooh, fancy. Try to get a shot from over here.
You all already farty on me?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. She's tuned.
And that, my friends, is a wrap on the install of the power steering Hardrace inner tie rod from our friends at stage4motorsports.com. And of course the T3 outer tie rod end, also for power steering A86 applications. Also very happy with the way the SQ Engineering Slimline bracket worked out for that Echo or Yaris alternator swap. It's just clean and simple design at its finest. Anyway, that's a wrap on this episode of Connie Celica. We know it was a quick and dirty one. We just wanted to give you a little update on how she's doing now that she lives at the Vibrant R&D Center. Not forever. The next episode you see on the Celica might actually be the first of the great retro header build-off episodes, or Bruce and I might come back, fiddle around a bit more, maybe figure out some steering column stuff.
The rear suspension, we should have the rear arms in. We could probably line up the rear suspension.
To center the rear axle in there. Maybe play around with the seating some more.
Yep.
Lots still left to do. So stay tuned for more Celica action coming your way. I noticed Jay and Aaron have gone, so we're just gonna have a peek around in here, see what they got. Ooh, look at all the tubes. We gotta build a header for your car, Moose. Maybe we can steal some parts in here. We got a joint. Oh, look at this, everybody. It's a Jezzy cat. It's the high flow cat of all high flow cats. This thing puts the meow in your horsepower. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you notice my Dynasty t-shirt, 1970s until forever, I got that over at speedhero.ca, I think. They make these cool shirts for the Dynasty guys who helped us with some Celica tuning tips. Go get yours if you want one.